Hello. Today in the module 5, that is radio resource management and mobility management. Today let us discuss about the paging system under the mobility management. So before entering into the uh, paging of LTE, so we are discussing here that paging of LTE. Before entering into that, let us discuss what do you mean by paging in telecommunication system, and what do you mean by paging in cellular network? So what is the basic thing why we wanted to go for this system, right? Actually, paging is nothing but method of delivering a message. So here we can say that one way paging message system, and it will allow the sending of messages from the system to the pager. Okay, so in telecommunication, such a way the paging system was very much useful to the public as well as the subscriber. Then if we come to the cellular network, paging is actually, we will call it as one-to-one communication between whom, that is nothing but base station and the mobile. Okay, so this paging is, we will call it as a procedure. So the network will use this to find out a subscriber's location, okay, before the actual call establishment. In cellular network, such a way the paging has been utilized, and also this paging system is used to give an alert that the mobile station of an incoming call. A mobile station is nothing but our use mobile which the customer is going to be carrying, so it will give an alert to the incoming call. And now let us see how this paging system has been utilized in the long term evolution system. Okay, so it then paging in a long term evolution system, it is used to inform and also for the notification of the user equipment about various events, that means call establishment, then the states, whatever the things, how the handover, all those things coming under this paging. And this is to paging is nothing but this one of the system which used to inform or notify the user equipment. Okay, so here the purpose of paging system in the LTE is, which is this paging system used to transmit the information to a user equipment whenever it is in RRC idle state. We have studied there are two states in RRC, that is idle state as well as the connected state. So this will transmit the paging information to the user equipment whenever the user equipment is in the RRC idle state. This also used to inform the user equipment in idle state as well as the connected state about a system information change. So what do you mean by system information change? It is nothing but, for example, we can take it as earthquake or tsunami warning system notification. Okay, then followed by this paging information also used to monitor a paging channel for the incoming calls. Also, already we studied in cellular network how paging is used. Same concept is used in the LTE also. The next here, the change of information occurs at specific radio frames. That is, modification period is also used. The next we will see the transmission, that is system information can be transmitted number of times with the same content. The next we will see that receiving a notification. So suppose contained in the paging message. See here, the user equipment, the paging information is used or transferred by the physical downlink shared channel. Okay, this user equipment is configured to decode the physical downlink control channel with CRC scrambled. So in the downlink channel processing itself, we discussed about the CRC scrambling. Okay, so these all process, that is user equipment configured to decode physical downlink control channel with CRC scrambled. Okay, so this all happened by using paging radio network temporary identifier. So this is abbreviated as PRNTI. So paging radio network temporary identifier. And also there is a power consumption will plays a major role. Okay, so what it will do in the sense to reduce the power consumption, this user may use DRX in idle mode. So DRS is nothing but discontinuous reception cycle. So this will be used in the idle mode. So we are in a need to monitor 1 PO per DRX cycle. Okay, 1 PO per DRX cycle. So suppose after receiving the paging message, what will happen? The user equipment can switch off its receiver. For what the user equipment is need to switch off? To preserve the battery power. To preserve the battery power. So such a way the power consumption is managed in the paging system too. And also the paging system is very important in the LTE for notification as well as the information of the system information and the location, all those things. Hope everybody are able to differentiate how the paging system is going to be utilized in telecommunication system, cellular network, as well as in the long term evolution systems. Thank you.